What's going on, MMA fans? As the title suggests, this is a phone interview with Joe Doerksen. Asked him some really good questions. Got some really good answers. Some pertaining, to some situations going on right now with the Ontario illegal status of MMA, the Strikebox incident. What's going on with Sengoku? How's that going for him? He answered really well, had some really good responses. Just ahead of time, thank you, Joe, for coming on. Really appreciate it, and taking the time out of your busy schedule with training and stuff. I asked him about coming on again. He said he'd love to, maybe after a post-event, so would love to have him on again. Real quick, just want to let you know the quality of this kind of got a little, I guess, scuffy, if you will. I don't know if that makes any sense. I was trying to get it. I thought I had it as almost as perfect as possible, but you can never have something perfect. Next time I do have it figured out of how to get this to go a lot better. Next time I have an MMA fighter on here. Also, real quick, this is going to be in 2 parts, so when you get done watching this first part of the video, or actually it's going to be audio, down at the bottom you'll see where it should be over, wait a minute, there, it should be down here. It should say vid response, and there should be, another one that's a couple minutes long with the PhantomUFCfan logo. That's the second part of it. Make sure you click over to that once this is done. Hope you enjoyed the interview. It was very insightful, like I said. Had some really good responses from Joe. And let's go ahead and get to the interview. Alright, what's going on, MMA fans? I'm here with MMA veteran Joe Doerksen. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing pretty good.
What have you been up to since your last fight at Sengoku, since we last saw you, man?
Actually, not too much. I had some time off. I relaxed a little bit over the Christmas holidays, but a month or two where I didn't do too much at all. Starting in January, I started getting back into training a little bit. February, I've been working a little bit harder. Just getting right back into the swing of things now. Training, pretty much full tilt the last couple of weeks, and trying to get back into fight shape, even though I don't really have anything scheduled. I'm just trying to stay ready in case something comes up.
Right, I hear you. Now, something big that's been going on, and I know that you probably have heard about this, and I've seen some things on and off of different articles, but there's the big fiasco going on right now with the Strikebox and with Ontario, with MMA being illegal. What are your thoughts on that?
I wasn't at the event in Quebec where they had the Strikebox show. I heard a little bit about it. I read the same thing everybody else did. It's kind of an unfortunate situation, and now it's looking to cause some problems for the UFC show in April. So hopefully that all gets resolved and the show goes on as planned.
Yeah, no, and that's definitely something that I wanted to ask you, because it's definitely going to affect a lot of events now, not only the UFC, but smaller shows that are trying to get big, and with MMA being looked at real stringently, it's not good, with some of these Canadian provinces, kind of looking down on it, and you have these incidents going on,
Yeah, well, it's really unfortunate because, with Ontario not allowing MMA, that takes Toronto out of the game. Vancouver is one of Canada's biggest cities as well, and they're not allowing it right now. So Montreal is really the best place to go to hold a big event, and there's a lot of smaller events in Quebec as well. Honestly, that's probably the hottest area in Canada for MMA, and now it's looking to have some problems, and it's really unfortunate because there's a lot of fighters out there that want to stay busy. There's a lot of fans that want to see the events, and it's just if things change the way they're planning to make them change, it's just going to throw everything into chaos for quite some time.
Right. Yeah. Now, couple other questions real quick. There's a lot of people really kind of got mixed feelings on Dana White. How do you feel about the way that he portrays fighters, the way he looks at fighters, the way that he's dogged several fighters in the past? He's dogged Wanderlei Silva, of course. He brought Wanderlei in, and because of him being a businessman, you've seen him even dog Fedor Emelianenko. What are your thoughts on that?
It's one of those things. David's in a position where he has to make a lot of decisions, and I don't think you can do anything in your life, and have everyone happy with you all the time. And there's going to be people that are upset with him from time to time, and they're all going to be upset for different reasons, and some of them are going to be very good reasons, but that's just part of it. That's the nature of the business. Not everyone's going to get along all the time. I really don't personally
couple questions about you. You've got over 50 MMA fights in your career. You're already, you're 31 years old. How often do you like to fight? You've been off and on, with different organizations, now with Sengoku. What is your primary, how often do you like to fight?
I'd say ideally I'd like to fight 3 to 5 times a year. 3 is almost not enough, and 5 is about as many as I'd like to do in a year. 6 would be too many. 5 would be kind of like the upper limit. 3, 4, 5 fights a year for me right now would be about right. It's as I get older, I'm doing more strength and conditioning. I put on a lot of muscle mass in the last year, so it's getting a little bit harder to make weight. So 3, 4 times a year might be enough, but I'm working right now to try to bring my body weight back down, and just to make the weight cut a little bit easier, so it's more comfortable. And once that gets done, I think that I could fight 5 times a year quite comfortably. Right now it's been about 3.5 months since my last fight, but mentally I'm just ready to smash my head against the wall. I want to fight somebody as soon as possible.
Right, that's understandable. What's your favorite technique, standing or on the ground? Is there something that you prefer, whether it be of course you've got the high level and grappling. Do you prefer arm bars, triangle chokes? Do you prefer hooks? Crosses? What do you primarily look for when you're against one of your opponents?
If I'm standing, obviously I prefer to, I like to throw my hands over my feet. Like, I know how to kick. I've been doing Muay Thai, 5, 6 years, but I really, I prefer to throw my hands to my feet. I don't kick too soft when I'm fighting. My favorite punching technique is the one that lands, I suppose. It's the one that does the damage, whatever is going to work that night. And then if we're talking the ground game, then probably success with, obviously, arm off, down chokes. I've had a lot of submissions in my career, but I think, the rear naked choke is probably the best one for me. I just feel like once it's in there, it's pretty secure, it's pretty tight, it's easy to finish once you got it.
Right. Gotcha. Now, this upcoming year, has Sengoku had any plans for you as far as your next fight? Are you looking to fight here in the next couple months? Is there, possibly maybe another show, since I think that contract's just exclusive with Japan, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah,